I had a conversation with my friend who I've been working with, my wingman, a couple of days ago, and I left him a voicemail message saying, "We won. We have won." And I had this overwhelming feeling, knowing that the truth was we were living the truth, and that the world was shifting into this new truth, and it's just happening already. It already happens. Seed has burst. It is flowering. And what we're feeling in society, in the world, is working itself out. We're returning back to the center of the universe, where we belong, where we live, where I can prove, where Dr. Lewe proves that's where we exist, and he proved it in 1906 and closed the door in 1915. In that journey of winning, in that feeling of winning, that feeling of victory, that catharsis, that it's not a personal victory, that my name and the character is irrelevant to this victory. What is relevant is my eternal soul. It's feeling like it's existing in somewhere that's more true, more real, more correct, more environmentally perfect for my soul. It's where I feel I'm living, and it's getting better and better. I had an amazing insight yesterday based on this. So once you can take the position that the earth is the center, prove to yourself there's no evidence that says it isn't. Right? First, look at everything that science says, particularly look at the double slit experiment and their Copenhagen solution, and Max Born's, Werner Heisenberg's statement in 27 that says quantum is closed. Right? So from this idea of a closed quantum theory, look at all the information you have and say, have they proved the earth is not the center of the universe? Paying particular attention to the speed of light. Is there proof it's fixed? No. And so as a gift I got yesterday, I had an idea about heaven and mankind's place in the setup of this recursive system of vibration, resonance, color, energy, experience, time. Experience of time is what's different when you add a viscous layer. So you're the creature of your brain and your spine as the CSF. So the cerebral spinal fluid pulsatile is you. That's the creature that you are, that's been crafted from your just consciousness. So that the creatures of consciousness, the slime molds, check them out. They'll make these little, they gravitate together to create these little creatures of consciousness. Slime mold does. That's what you're created from. And then viscous layers build up around that to hold the pulsatility, because it's powerful. That CSF is pulsatile because the universe rotates around pulsing the system, recursive system. So you need to catch that. And so there's a really strong recursive layer built up around the cerebral spinal fluid to stop it just expanding. You need to hold it really tightly so that it pulses and goes back to where it was, doesn't expand. So that creature, the brain and the spine, lives inside you, and everything that's constructed around that to your outside is now this layer that's holding, trapping that CSF. Look how carefully it's constructed to unwind itself, to hold it as expansive windings. It's really powerful, but it's gripped. So you're that creature. This is your character that your job is to hone into perfection, understanding the morality, follow Christ, build up a personal relationship with God through Christ, have no interlocutors, just take information in and check the information against your own standards, and hone your character. And then your character becomes an important part, and your duality now of your existence is understood, that you're an avatar and a player. Yeah, so the fragment of light is you, the player, and this is your avatar. You've been given it, and it is what it is. In terms of protein, oh right, I've got this one. I've picked this card this time. I'm an old white male, crusty white male. In this case, you may be anything else, a female, any colour. Right? These are the traits. You may be disabled, fully able. You may be 10 foot tall. You may be 3 foot tall. It's your card. Play that card. Lesson of lockdown. Play the hand you're dealt. That avatar has strengths and weaknesses. Your job is to find them out, and work on everything to build a character that really you're satisfied with. It's getting the best experience of life down here. And it's caretakers, takers of care, guardians of nature, and everything is nature. Every particle is nature. The solution to the double slit experiment, by the way, slightly rambly this, but I've got a good ending, is that light is a medium. It has a resonance that's observed as cavitation, and that cavitation exists for the duration of Planck's constant existence. And then there's motion if you've added any momentum, real stuff. Newton's motion has been added to it. But it's just cavitation. So when you take the double slit experiment, all you do is just draw a dome over it and say, okay, so the experiment is taking place inside an environment of light. In every moment of Planck's constant, there is a flash of white light and a resonance and a flash of white light. And those two flashes are one moment, future and past, future energy, past experience, resonance, photon, electron, particles, whatever they're messing around with. So now you've drawn a dome over it, you can see that medium of light, bright white light, we can't observe it, that's our moment of consciousness. We exist in the duration of the cavitation, so we're seeing bubbles in the medium with spin properties because of the way that the surface is created. The geometry that creates them is specific to the energy that's been added, and that the measurement problem is simply that. Now you're measuring from the inside out. You think you're looking at them, you're not, you're inside them because you are them. You have to measure out from the center of the universe. So solutions to double slit. Light's a medium, particles are cavitation. Now, yesterday, I had an insight into what this actually meant. I've been living that the Earth's the center of the universe for 4 years. I've been living that I can prove it. I can live in that science has been lying about it for a year and a half. And I can prove that the Earth's the center for probably a year, 8, 9 months. Prove it. Categorically prove it. So people say you can't do that. I can do it using Dr. Lewe, referencing the document that science knows, so they know it too. When we die, when the avatar stops working, when the character lays down its burdens, the CSF pulsatility ceases because the light, the fragment of light, has returned back to the Godhead, to the major consciousness, the dome, the outside of the dome. And so, because you've returned there, we can now know that the Godhead is built from us. It's built from consciousness. So consciousness arises and falls eternally, and it manifests as this protein. It's layered, spherical layers, so there's a base and a height and a maximum, and we exist at both. So we exist at the maximum when we choose it. If we don't choose it, we'll exist at the base, but with all the intellect that we've carried from the highest level. So we're the outside of the sphere and the inside of the sphere. So it exists as a membrane, and so you're watched. You are you, we are God. You see, we are the fragment of light. You're a fragment of the Godhead. So we can all manifest the Godhead down here, so that when we go back, we'll be proud of what we've achieved down there. Are you proud of your life? You need to be. Do the work. Love rules. Follow the Rebel King.